people get confused and believe that, what is this I'm seeing? Is this real? Or have you been retouching after, which I've never done. I've never retouched a photograph any time. It was getting quite cold at the time, and all these fruit and flowers having a rough time, and trying not to die totally, fighting against death, which I thought was very moving somehow. Especially also because I was in contact with my mother in France at the time, and who was dying at that time. And so it was a very emotional, personal expression. This is something that is quite the opposite of what I have done. It's the opposite technically of what I have done, but it's basically very much the same way to do things, because instead of the picture that we saw before, it's a picture of you have picked all the elements and put them together. You pick them in nature and put them into one classical composition. Here I choose to make a collage of elements which I take very spontaneously, like you gather things, you take pictures. These are taken pictures, but the result is also a composition that is made, like in the sense I've done it before. This is like picking a leaf that is a little special, or you don't take just one apple. You take an apple that has a little personality. You take things with personality, or things that look at you, or things that tell you something. So here somehow it was trying to take something very simple and then change it with the illusion, take it out from reality of its contest with paint and few simple tricks. But in reality, I was showing it once in an exhibition, and I saw some youngsters there trying to find out how it was made on Photoshop, discussing very deeply how to achieve that. But I haven't seen anything like it yet, but I don't think they can imagine even that it is not made on Photoshop. Just today I'm just playing around with flowers like I've done before, which is maybe very banal, and I also make them in a very classical way, but this is also the most difficult you can do, surprise people with something with a usual form. How can you surprise with what has been done before? This is why I take also sort of cliché subjects and things that people have done year after year after year. Probably the most ambitious would be to take a sunset and make people feel something new. There's something in the banality, because everybody is trying to be so different and make something so new all the time that you have to have a book of explanation. And emotion doesn't need to be complicated. I mean, to be able to share simple emotions is a very nice, is the nicest I can think of today. It's starting to feel good.